Rumors and news about leaked documents surrounding the Bitcoin ETFs getting rejected in the next few days has stirred up the market quite a bit. Even upwards of $600 million have got liquidated out of futures options. So the question is, can the rumors be believed? It's complicated, but let's get into it. Welcome to Hexaco Space Force. I'm Zenith. Time to talk about Bitcoin ETF stuff. Well, let's start off by looking at the Bitcoin price. So as of January 3rd, we started off here around $45,500 after we made a new all-time high for 2024. Yes, that's a New Year's joke. Get over it. After that, we dropped about 8.89. Some people claiming just call it 10% as a round number. Fine. Fair enough. All the way down here to about 41,500. And then we even recovered up about 8% again to 44,700. And now we're hovering right around this like 43.5 change area. So is this normal moves for the market? Honestly, yeah, kind of. When you zoom out and you actually look at other things that go on, like these size candles happen. Is this a bit of a larger one? Yeah, a bit. However, at the same time, we've kind of been going crazy a little bit lately. And for the last 90 days, we've effectively been on this crazy bull run. So is it possible that it got oversold? Possibly. But honestly, RSI down here is not showing that is what we're seeing. So what is going on in the market? Well, this allegedly is the event that kicked all of the selling off on January 3rd, which is Matrixport Founders has disseminated a Bitcoin ETF report talking about how rejection was likely. One of the narratives going on right now is that this last 90-day bull run effectively has been pumped by the news that ETFs are coming and coming soon. Just for record, the 21 shares and the iShares Bitcoin ETFs have a final deadline of January 10th and 15th, I believe. Today is the 4th of January, which means that we're only 6 days away from those potential events. There's a lot going on in January. We got a CPI report on the 13th, and we even have a Fed meeting on at the end of the month. So lots going on, but this is our first major event. So Matrixport are the guys that put out this statement. This is from Jihan Wu of the team, talking a lot about it, but basically saying that there's a decent likelihood that the ETFs are going to get rejected this time around. With that being said, there's also other people saying the opposite. And honestly, if you go look at crypto Twitter right now, a lot of people are just going real hard either direction. So you got to either believe the report or you could look at some of the other stuff that's been happening, which is that the ETFs feel like they're almost inevitable. But that is actually one of the reasons that this force has been going on. Another article, I don't have it in front of me right now, but the other idea was that no, it's not the report, it's just that Bitcoin was oversold. Is that idea possible? Yeah, sure, but honestly, I'm not entirely seeing it, considering that we spent a lot of December actually above this 70 marker for the RSI, and then over here we're only at about like 62. So oversold, maybe not, but RSI has swung a lot harder in the past. Like just remember back in August when we hit that 25,500 low, we had seen the lowest RSI that we've seen in this entire cycle effectively, all the way down here at about 18. So is that what's going on? Maybe, maybe not. But as far as speculation goes, it's not terrible speculation to say a report like this, following the major narrative, could affect price movement. That's absolutely possible. However, one of the things that really hurts people is that... Where'd you go? Here we are. Bitcoin, the drop in the Bitcoin actually liquidated a ton of people. I was looking at CoinGlass yesterday, and they had a number about like 596 million people trading futures or open interest got liquidated as a result of that 10% drop in Bitcoin. Something like that is not the worst we've ever seen, I'll say that much, but it is a lot of money that got liquidated, and it also shows that there's a lot of interest believing that the Bitcoin narrative is showing that it's going to be going up and up for a good bit. And to be honest, that's not a terrible bet considering that we are about 4 months away from the halvening. For people that don't know, every 4 years, the rewards from mining Bitcoin drop in half, and at the same time, Bitcoin is always trying to regulate its own complexity so that it has 10-minute blocks. So Bitcoin's always going to get harder and harder to mine, and every 4 years, the rewards are diminishing, which means that Bitcoin miners may be selling off. It's possible. However, they could also be trying to get the last bit of a squeeze out of this. Who knows? There's also plenty of other reports, including the ones I've seen on Cointelegraph and Coindesk, that people are actually doubling down on Bitcoin miners as we approach the halvening, which is that instead of trying to get out of the game or squeeze last drops while they can, they're doubling down on the investment and looking to get more. Again, Ethereum ETF could also be part of this news storm going on. BlackRock filed for the Ethereum ETF. Personally, if you ask me, I don't really think it's going to be happening anytime soon. However, Ethereum itself has been an interesting entity when you talk about securities versus commodity, which is that it definitely started off closer to a security, and there were even leaked documentation earlier this year that showed that, yeah, Ethereum's moving closer to commodity with all the decentralization that's been going on from the Ethereum Foundation. And allegedly, tomorrow there could be some big news on this, but we're just going to have to wait and see. People are always talking about lots of stuff, and Twitter is not a reliable source for that. So all I got to say is don't get wrecked either way. Have a plan, a long-term plan, stick to it, and don't fumble the bag because you kind of fell for people on Twitter talking stuff, or even some headlines that come out, or people that look like they know what they're talking about. This is definitely a long-term play, and crypto is a game of patience. Even where I came from with options trading, it's talking about how the market is really just a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. It's the diamond hands beating out the paper hands. And unfortunately, you're not going to get diamond hands unless you have your paper hands beaten a few times, and then you learn those hard lessons and you pay for them. So that's what I got on the matter. I do also have a special little meme for you made by yours truly, trying to do research on Twitter. Rumors and articles saying the Bitcoin ETF 100% getting rejected next week. And on the other side, Degens and Hopium saying Bitcoin ETF is 100% approved. Where does the truth lies? Who knows, but sure as hell ain't Twitter, so find some better sources, gang. All right, that's what we're talking about today. Catch you guys later. Catch me at the Hex Conference coming up this weekend, and if you're coming from the Hex Conference, great to have you. Appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and check back for more. Also, if you like what I'm talking about, you can find much more of this over at the Degen Roundtable on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, where we live stream every Sunday, Wednesday, and I run book club bi-weekly on Fridays. Next one we're talking about is Millionaire Next Door. So, again, Degen Roundtable. Looking forward to have you. Welcome. Thanks.